Okay, so we have returned to Digifeed Unsolved to the Phantom Trailmon. This is our third episode of this, our third session. You guys have been having quite the experience, probably more so of an experience than most of you have ever had as part of this job. Like, usually it's a 1 or 2 Digimon deal, just some minor spooks going on. This time around, after hearing rumors of a ghost train, you found the ghost train, you found ghosts on the ghost train, and they were acting in a way that usually is a little different from what you've expected. Like, as we've said, you guys have dealt with way too many of Bakumon and Solmon because they're the most common ghosts. But as you traveled through this train, you entered something that looked like a warp dimension of a ballroom with no exit. It was filled with people that turned out to be ghosts under a song's spell. And when the song ended, they went pretty crazy. I think the ghost vortex, which ended up destroying the entire train car, and you just barely escaped that, is probably more intense than anything you'd seen before. Would any of you doubt that? Has any of you seen things weirder than that? Or is this like the high end of what the hell is going on?
I don't know. I think Casey's been on 4chan.
Well, Casey is actually having one of the worst times right now. After
I'm sorry. I'm being
failed
facetious.
roll on your major torment.
I'm being facetious. Yeah, no, this is probably the worst thing Casey's ever seen in her life.
Yeah, Piper is a simple baby and has not experienced this level of weird before.
All is hyped out of his goddamn mind.
Of course he is. How's Dustin doing, Andy?
I say, like I said last time, Dustin's still more or
as
less
long as he's
using
got
the
that
camera as just the separator. Just everything that's weird going on that side of the camera. I'm fine over here.
Yeah. Well,
Dustin's good out here.
Weird things going on right now. As the ghost vortex consumed the train car you just escaped, which also separated all the train cars behind it, and they have disappeared into the distance, the entire environment shook a little. You know that beyond the train tracks, there's this weird dark void, the land just suddenly stops. And in that dark void, all over, to the sides and above you, red lines drew themselves out and then opened up into big old eyes. And that's where we're kicking in, with you guys just being stared at in all directions by eyes. You're at the very back of the next train cart, pushed up against the door to it, which does open inwards. What do you do?
Piper's a little scared. I still can't see the map. What's our I know we're in a train car.
You're at the outside of the train car, on the back of it. You know how there's connections between the two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's nothing
And there's
else.
just eyes in the sky.
Yeah. Just all over. You can see their irises are kind of moving around a little, they haven't locked onto anything yet. They are searching around. If you want me to move your token for you, just tell me where to move it as we go until the map loads for you.
Cal
Cool.
kind of gives Dustin a nudge, make sure you're getting this. This is good stuff.
Okay, Dustin is going to look out towards the eyes. He doesn't have a big old light on the end of his camera or anything, so it's not like he's spotlighting towards them basically, but
as you focus the camera in on one of the eyes, you see the iris move a little until it's pointing right at you. It narrows, and then a shaft of red light just beams right from it straight over the top of you. And suddenly all the eyes point towards you guys.
Oh, great.
the door behind the door's open, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's a fun thing. Piper's going to grab the nearest person's hand, and I don't know who that is.
Probably Casey.
Nice.
Or Strikemon.
Yeah, it's either Casey or a Digimon.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
Strikemon grabs your hand.
Yeah, Strike definitely grabs Piper first, and then Piper grabs somebody else.
It's like a chain.
Fear chain.
Okay, there is a beam of red light being cast
there we
across
go.
you, and eyes all over the place, just staring at you.
I'm just gonna start backing through that door if I can get past Cal.
Is Cal gonna move out of the way of the door?
That's a good question. Is Cal Cal is kind of like enraptured by this. It's like this. There's so much. There's so much
basically,
happening.
Dustin backs away towards the door, just into Cal, and then there's the end of that path.
Okay, when Dustin actually like backs like straight into Cal will probably move out the way, just kind of, step aside, still looking at these big old eyes in the sky, but he's not really paying attention to Dustin, in all honesty.
As you're watching, and some of you are trying to move inside, more of the eyes start casting the beams of light. Once there's like a couple of them crossed over you, you begin feeling a tug on you. The smallest of you, so Caramon and Cutemon, begin lifting off the ground.
Is there a door that I can close or attempt to close?
You're still on the outside because Cal's barely gotten out of the way and Dustin just pushed past him.
Okay.
If you'd like to move inside the train carriage.
Yes. Casey's still holding Piper's hand, grabs Cutemon and is like, "Nope, come on." No. And
all right, yes. Strikemon's gonna usher everybody inside. Get in there.
Go ahead and move yourselves in your
Back all the way.
icons.
See,
Tess. Caramon was like furthest from the door and is also like starting to be pulled out from the train. What are you going to do about Caramon?
do you notice Caramon?
That's a valid question.
Does Calvin pay enough attention to notice Caramon is being lifted?
That is
into the
also
air?
a valid question.
If Cal doesn't do anything, Strikemon's gonna go and grab Caramon.
That would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
And Ninja Rock
All
Punch
right.
will tromp in.
Let's
Probably
do-
pushing Cal out of the way again because he's a wide boy.
Strikemon's like strong enough to grab Caramon easily, but let's make sure you get there. Do a agility check, which is actually rolling your RAM value.
Gosh, I guess I'm here
Rolling.
for this.
So that's 2d6 for me, I think.
3d6
3d6 plus
plus
2?
your RAM. Yeah, 3d6 plus 2.
Okay.
So this is Strikemonn just moving over to grab Caramon as it's being pulled into the air.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Strikemonn. Why don't do that?
Let's have a roll from Caramon to try. Is Caramon trying to resist this tug on it, or is it just letting it happen?
No, they're probably trying to resist.
In that case, they've probably like
still-
wrapped their hands or weird tentacles around like the edge of the train.
Yeah,
So let's
that's probably,
do
like,
a what's body's value? CPU, which is the same value, 3d6 plus 1 for Caramon. Yeah, okay, that's solid enough. Caramon holds on long enough for Strikemonn to run over, grab Caramon. Strikemon's also starting to feel like all the red beams of light pulling on her. It's her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But she resists it and pulls Caramon, and everyone's now inside. Is Cal just like still staring out the door?
little bit, but when everyone else starts heading on inside, he kind of gets the picture and he's going to follow them.
Red light shines through the door as all the eyes that can see through it focus on you, and you feel like a pull still coming from it towards the door.
Piper's gonna go, "Hey, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck though? What the? Hey, guys, what do? Hey, what do we do? Hello?
Yeah, no, Casey's
Dustin just
still
shrugs.
looking like.
In fact,
Casey's kind of like, it's pretty bad because Casey's had a really bad time. It's like withdrawn right now. Dustin's trying to keep behind the camera. Cal is enraptured. Piper's
like, well,
kind
this
of
is
on her
exciting,
lonesome
huh?
right now.
Okay, Piper is gonna tell Cutemon to like kind of just push Casey away because Piper's gonna yell real loud in just a second. Piper's gonna go, "Hey, what are we doing? Hi, I'd like to not die on this train. Could we? What do we do about those big ol' eyes? Hello?"
Cal, like, oh, it's fine. We're probably not going to die. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Oh
And then
my
Cal
god!
just kind of starts walking down the train carriage, like as if this is, all cool, nothing's wrong.
Are you taking a look around this carriage now?
Yeah.
Compared to the first carriage you bought, which was like well painted, well kept, there were nice, comfortable seats. It was like a good high class carriage. This thing's kind of a crap box. It's all wood, like in the old sort of transport carriages where they transport cargo and all that. The seats, but it's all like wood. There's no windows. The sides just panels of wood over and over, and they're not even like well put together. There's cracks through them, and as you walk along, you see red light is shining through those cracks as well. The seats are occupied for the most part. There are people like they were originally in here, but they're not moving, they're not talking, they're just sitting there, quiet. Some of them are transparent, some of them aren't.
They didn't react at all when Piper did a big
They
shout.
they do not move in the least.
So this is basically.
I'll try to like
no.
touch one of them.
Hand goes right through it.
Interesting.
So this visually just looks like it's a Freddy Krueger movie at this point. Just every lighting is red. Everything's shitty and old. Awesome.
It's not great.
Piper's gonna wander back over to Casey and ask if she's okay.
No, I'm not. No, very
Cool.
much
That
not.
that makes two of us then. What? Now what?
I think at this point Casey's just like sitting on this shitty wooden floor and kind of like knocks her head back against one of the seats. So this is a Digimon, right? This is a Digimon thing?
I mean, I don't know. Striketramon, have you seen any of the Digimon? Hey guys, have you seen anything like this before? Striketramon's gonna shake her head. I don't know about y'all though.
Well, Trailmon's a Digimon, so something Digimon-y.
Oh, what if we could? Do you think we could talk to the Trailmon if we go to the front? Like, is its face over there?
I mean, that would make sense.
Pretty sure that's where its face is.
All right, maybe we should go talk to it and ask it what is going on. What's with the eyeballs?
Ugh.
Are we going or what?
Oh, this floor is so comfortable. Cutemon kind of like headbutts Casey's legs. All right, fine. Casey stands up, picks up Cutemon, and is like, "Well, I'm for moving forward."
Oh,
right.
Casey, I understand you so much.
Dustin just kind of
Cal?
gestures to his camera and waves you guys to go forward because
Okay. Striketramon is still going to
He's a
stay at the
professional.
back.
Striketramon is the rear guard now.
Yep.
Okay, Tess, what is Cal up to?
Hmm?
Tess just has to tab back to browser Discord because you apparently need to be on browser Discord's tab to use push to talk.
Yeah, I thought I was. Yeah, Cal's all for heading forward to and seeing what else there is to see. Got to keep the show rolling.
All right. Since Cal's walking ahead, how about a perception roll from Cal?
What am I rolling?
That is 3d6 plus willpower plus perception.
So that's... I need to tab back and forth with a pain, but that's +8.
That's a pretty good perception.
Okay. So
Pretty
as
good
Cal's
perception.
going along, just looking around, fascinated by everything, you start to notice that while most of the seats seem to have people in them, some of the seats have something else which is weird, which is just this kind of floating wispy orb. Like some of the seats are only, the more you get to the front as well, some of the seats are only these kind of orbs, when some of them are people sitting next to the orbs, and just they're whitish. Actually, they give off that kind of like green-blue ectoplasm color as well.
Very storm.
And they're just floating. They're bobbing a little, just floating above the seats.
Are the people
Nice
reacting
dogs.
at all to us?
No,
or like,
there's zero reactions from the people at all.
Cal kind of heads over to like the nearest like orb thingy, and he kind of calls over, point the camera directly at this.
Piper's
Okay.
just gonna walk over and touch the orb.
And it's
Kinda
on
tingles.
camera.
It tingles.
Yeah, and when you pull your hand back, there's like, not like it's sticky or something, more like just little like bolts of power play over your hand before being pulled back into it.
Can she stick her hand through it?
There's some force to it, especially like the further in you go, and the tingling like intensifies to an almost painful level the more you push against it.
She pulls her hand back, and Trailmon gives her a very stern look.
Now,
And she gives
Piper.
now just to confirm energy, is her hair standing on it? Is she
Well, it's a pretty spooky environment, so maybe anyway.
I said, was she just electrocuting the shit out of herself without realizing it because it was a low amp?
Piper would.
Yeah, Trailmon is gonna quietly go, "It's best not to touch things if you don't know what they are, Piper." And Piper just sort of gives like her a really sheepish look. What? Can Piper try to, is there like a roll Piper can do to try to figure out what this even is?
I mean, there probably is, but what is the stat?
Take a look.
I mean, there's
I
a
feel like we
knowledge.
probably have no real baseline for what. Like, we don't have any real comparison point for whatever the hell this thing is.
Yeah, I'd like to do a wisdom roll, but we don't have a wisdom stat. It's intelligence. So just go ahead and do an intelligence roll on its own, but
So
you're
that's
going
what,
to want to
3d6?
roll high for this.
3d6 plus 3, I guess?
Yeah.
Alright.
You should totally add computer because we're in the digital world. That's how things work on Digimon, right?
Oh shit.
Wow, that is a solid roll. 645. Okay, you can immediately tell that it's like some kind of energy feeling. It's got the same color that you've been seeing a lot here, just this kind of like ghostly green-blue. And the fact that it's in place of where people would be sitting if they were there, kind of makes you feel like maybe they're somehow one and the same.
Hey guys, I think the orb is a ghost.
Ghost orb.
Caramon, what's Caramon doing specifically, Tess?
Trailmon is not having a great day. They're like, if Trailmon is still kind of over here in the same area, they're gonna like cling to her leg.
Okay.
Just kind of like,
Trailmon is tolerating this and just walking with Caramon attached to her leg, like a
fine.
small toddler.
Okay, the first time you pass by one of those orbs and Caramon sees it, Caramon just gets the really powerful urge that that's the most delicious looking thing it's ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Eat the orb.
Oh, no.
Is this the one that's on camera currently? Or is this behind me somewhere?
Well, you guys have been moving around a bit. How about you position yourselves where you think you've moved so far? All along the train, it's the same, just people and orbs in seats.
All right. Piper's touching an orb way at the front.
Okay. Well, that's the one.
I imagine Dustin's probably like recording Piper touching the orbs.
Yeah,
because that's
one.
video.
Well, that's when Cal said to record, and then Piper came up and just put her hand in it, so. I'm not going to stop recording it because someone stuck their hand in it.
Yeah, so Strikedramon's passing by like one of the very first of the orbs. When the orbs are more common, the further up you go, like some of the front seats are all orbs. When at the back, it's more common for there to be people than orbs. But one of the first ones, Caramon sets eyes on, is like, I want to eat that.
Tasty ghost orb.
And literally everyone else is nowhere near that.
Strikemon it says, Caramon, no. Caramon. This
Does
is a bad
Strikedramon notice Caramon's eyeing the orbs? Does Caramon unwrap itself from Strikedramon to go after the orb, and Strikedramon pay attention to that?
Caramon kind of from where they are sort of reaches towards it. First off.
It's just extending a ghost tentacle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Strikemon's gonna lift one of her legs, the leg that Caramon is attached to, up in the air, and like, you know how if someone puts their hand up to do something and then like something stupid and then their friend just puts their hand down for them, that's what Strikemon's doing with Caramon.
In that case, Caramon just kind of lets go of Strikemon's leg and
Oh no.
going right for the ghost orb.
Yeah, Strikemon's gonna grab Caramon around the middle and sort of try to drag it forward.
And no one sees any of this.
Okay, since you're each trying to do a different thing and grab the other, let's do a RAM check against each other. So 3d6 plus your RAM value.
Hey guys, I have some fun news. The map just finished loading.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
It's all good stuff.
So what is it? RAM, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be 2 on Strikedragon, I think. Not today,
Caramon. This is
Caramon.
going to turn out.
Not today,
Yeah.
Caramon.
Caramon dislodges and just goes for the orb. Strikedragon just wraps a hand around it and pulls it back.
Caramon whines loudly.
Is that going to be loud enough to pull someone's attention, or?
I think everyone's used to Caramon whining by this point.
They probably are, but it is fairly loud.
Yeah,
Does
Strikedragon's
Cal
going to just
Caramon?
drag him forward. We're over here. Okay.
Does Cal pay attention to Caramon whining?
Cal probably does notice this. Yeah, he kind of like, he sort of looks around when he hears the noise and he sees that Caramon is over here, like, trying to grab a ghost orb and just failing.
I love the visual of fucking Strikedragon, like, holding it like a basketball and Caramon's tentacles just, like, flailing towards the orb.
It's really good.
Caramon the frog here.
But yeah, Cal kind of goes over to Caramon.
Strikedragon is going to say, Caramon is attempting to eat one of these orbs. I believe that would be ill-advised.
Hmm.
But it
You
might
do
be
not
good
sound
either.
like you think the same.
In before Cal tries to eat a ghost orb.
Cal is not going to eat the orbs.
Or is he?
Well, I suppose they're probably not edible. Caramon, do be careful. Caramon just
Good
kind
talk.
of. Caramon blows a raspberry back at him.
For most of the time so far, the red light has just been kind of omnipresent, coming through every slit and crack through the wood because it's like just haphazard boards put together. All of a sudden, all of the light focuses in the midsection of the train where you guys are, and the carriage starts shaking.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Piper gets startled and grabs the nearest person, which is Dustin this time.
And actually, based on, I would assume that Dustin would have looked at, like, so yeah, you basically grabbed Dustin when he had no idea what was going on, so that's something on this
Yeah.
side of the camera, so he's actually gonna, like, jump for, like, oh shit, like,
And Piper's just quietly going, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
I don't know. That's Cal's job.
Cal doesn't know either, but he kind of grabs one of the seats, like, all right, everyone, brace yourselves.
Yeah, you don't
Here-
gotta tell Piper twice.
A groaning and creaking, and some of the wood on the sides of the train starts cracking.
Oh, fuck. Strike is gonna usher everyone forward, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. We are moving to the front, let's go now.
And Dustin is backing towards the front again, just, and let's go.
Yeah, Piper's gonna head forward at the insistence of Strike We're just going all out. Bye.
Dustin and Ninja Rockmon are like half jogging backwards. Only half, though, because if they go faster, they might trip, and that's a bad idea.
Strike is still very unhappy about the fact that nobody is moving and is like, we have to go. We need to keep moving.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's...
Calvin, I
Yeah.
fear for our safety. I understand that this is something that you are passionate about, but I fear for everybody's safety. Let's move. I will pick you up if I have to.
And then you have two Kermits.
Oh, hold on, Bailey, get away from my microphone, please. Cal kind of reluctantly agrees. Like, he's got to follow the camera anyway, so he does. He sort of heads up there behind the rest of them. He grabs Caramon like
a balloon.
yeah, yeah. Grabs Caramon, sort of heads up there.
While you
Really?
guys are like leading the last of the party up there, you do actually like hear and see this side of the train. The wood just breaks and pulls away, and a solid amount of red light is now like shining through it onto the other side.
Where was it?
Oh, that's fine. That's
Here,
totally fine.
you guys have been moved ahead.
I was zoomed in on the rest of the group at the time, that's why I asked.
Yeah. So while Striketramon is making sure everyone moves ahead, I imagine the orbs are like up the front seat. It's just entirely orbs. I think Caramon's going to make one more go to just try and get those tasty, tasty orbs.
That's fair.
All orbs, all the time.
Cal supposes he should probably try to stop this. Like, let's not eat the orbs.
All right, how are
But
you going to convince Caramon to behave when it's so tasty looking?
He's just gonna hold them really tightly.
All right. Do you want to do a body check, I guess?
Sure.
Bottom
Yeah,
check
because
is
your
okay.
feats of strength is zero anyway, so 3d6 plus 3, and Caramon's going to be trying to wiggle out, which I think is more, well, all your spec stats are 1, so...
Oh my god, are you rolling against yourself?
Roll against yourself, and
myself.
Caramon is not beating that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
fine
even
if
gonna
you roll
bother.
3 6s.
I'm not even gonna bother rolling for Caramon.
I'm just
Probably.
gonna throw this out there. It's a good thing Caramon forgot he could teleport.
Oh, that is true.
That's true.
Caramon
Actually,
can teleport.
That's a point.
I had forgotten that.
Oh.
When this happens, like they try to reach out again, and Cal just kind of stops this in its tracks. They just teleport right out of his hands.
Oh fuck.
Just suddenly Cal's like hugs himself really hard because there's nothing there anymore.
So where'd Caramon teleport to? Just like right on top of one of the orbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh,
teleports right on top of the orbs. Is anyone going to try and make a last-minute chance to stop it? Because I imagine that big old mouth on Caramon is very wide open right now.
Strike
Got like a
Tremont is
muppet
on it.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Strike Tremont's on it.
That's going to be another ram check just to make sure you're fast enough to catch it. So 3d6 plus 2.
I say Dustin isn't on it, but the camera's on it.
Oh shit.
Nope. Caramon's mouth clamps down around the
no!
and
Fuck.
immediately, it's shone a few times with that weird blue-green energy, but it's like still being mostly itself. It actually basically palette swaps from purple into that blue-green now.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, so the purple is out, blue-green Caramon is in, and it's glowing.
Oh.
And all of the red light concentrates at this point of the train.
Well, fucking bye.
Caramon.
Oh, Caramon, no.
I think I'm gonna roll for torment again at this.
That's fair. Caramon's been a bit of a pain.
Just a bit. What am I
3d6
rolling?
plus willpower minus unmarked boxes. So since you've got 5 unmarked boxes, it's just 3d6 on its own. And you've got to beat 12, beat or match 12.
Oh,
That
that's
is
either
not
of those
beating
things.
or matching.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
My fuck.
You kind of feel a bit of a disconnect from Caramon. Like, you've been able to command it before when the going gets tough, but it's genuinely just ignoring you all the time now.
Yeah, like this is like the second time this has happened in like a very short span of time. So Cal's not really sure what to do about this.
Those pomegranates will get you.
Fuck, how close are we to the front of the train?
You boarded at what you knew was the 4th carriage. There were 4 carriages and then the train in front of it. So there's one more carriage and the engine.
Assumedly.
Assumedly.
So yeah, so we're not in the
Okay.
loop.
So all the lights focused on Caramon, right?
Yeah. The wood's starting to crack at this point too.
Strike
This time on the
Tremont,
roof.
Strike Tremont is going to turn and look at everyone and very seriously say, "Run."
That's
Towards
fair.
the front.
I imagine Piper's already tried the door to the front.
Yeah, she walked up
Just
over
pushes
there.
open. Yeah. Door.
Okay.
There's a door to it. It pushes open. As you walk
Cool.
outside, you can see the eyes are just pop. There's more eyes than blackness in the sky now, but they're not looking at you. They are focused like just a few steps behind you.
Yeah, and Caramon, I guess.
Just want to confirm.
If
Yeah,
you're all
okay.
just gonna push forward, I'll move you to the next map.
Are we all cool with moving ahead? Strike Tremont is going to grab Caramon and move along just to keep everyone within like seeing range, but still hold back a little bit. Because like Strike Tremont's not going to want to leave Caramon behind.
Yeah. So Structumon can do that. Cal is just kind of. Then he's not quite as enthusiastic as he was a minute ago. He's just gonna quietly follow along.
Okay. Before we get to the next map, which I'll move you to immediately, as you begin crossing over one by one, it's just straight to the next carriage as well. It looks a little less ramshackle than the one you came out of, but there's a door to it, and you're able to push that door open as well. Do you just go barge right in front of it, right into it?
If Piper's ahead, then yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Piper just runs through that door. The others are following after. One by one, they're just moving through. Striketramon's at the back with Caramon in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when Strikeramon walks out of the cart into like the open air, all of the red eyes focus on, well, the Caramon in your hand, not you specifically. But Structuremon, you feel the red light beginning to lift you off the ground. You're going to be making a roll against that to just get through this section. Okay.
All right.
Is
am
there
I
any
rolling?
way? Well, that depends. What would you like to roll in this case?
How do you want to
What
escape?
would
a
you like to
predator?
do to get across?
Hmm. Huh. Is there anything that that she can grab onto in the vicinity?
There's like railings, but there's still a gap where you're just stepping across a platform of the connection between the two carts.
Okay.
But the railing like stops at the end of the cart you're on and starts again on the next one pretty quickly.
Okay. I don't know if this would work, but I'm going to ask about it hypothetically before I have her do it.
Mhm.
One of her attacks, Desolation Strike, has knockback. If she were to use that, could she use it to propel herself backwards into the next cart?
What would you be hitting with it?
Like just the ground in front of the ground in an attempt to like push herself backwards.
You could hit the ground to try and make a like force to throw you back, but that would
Yeah.
mean the ground would need to resist that force. Does Structuremon feel that this part of the train would resist that strike, or would it just get a hole put through it?
Oh yeah, I might get a hole put through it.
You could always launch Caramon.
Structuremon doesn't want to wants to protect Caramon though. Let's see.
No Frank strats.
Um. Have we tried attacking the eyes yet?
We have not.
They're too. I thought they were
Yeah,
too far away.
Yeah,
You
they're
did
gonna be too
try
high.
attacking
Oh, right,
once.
right.
You shot the
They're
attack
too far.
through the ballroom ceiling, and it fell short.
Okay.
That's right. But we haven't tried attacking them since.
That's
I think
true.
she's just gonna try to sprint across
All right, that's
and like
just,
hold on to whatever. So that's I guess that's would that be like body or agility since she's trying to resist something?
since it's a skill check, you use your spec stats for that.
Okay.
So the spec stat for agility is RAM, but all your
All
spec
right,
stats are
well.
the same anyway. So
They're all
3
the same.
plus 2.
Oh no!
Oh.
You just start rushing across. The light is all focused on you from every eye around, but you're running, and your feet are still moving, but you're not going anywhere because you've been lifted off the ground.
Fuck.
Why is everything a cartoon here?
Structuremon is gonna call for Piper. Or for help in general.
That'll P for Piper.
Paging
Right.
Piper.
And Piper. So this is like everyone but them are already in the next train, and they're like on the space between the trains, right?
Well, it depends just how far ahead of Structuremon you all went. I mean, I imagine some of you have already pushed your way into the next train. Maybe Cal's still hanging back in the entrance,
Cal will
watching
still
the
be
eyes.
behind on the previous carriage, yeah.
Cal stayed behind Structuremon?
Well, I mean, he was sort of already behind Strikemon anyway.
He was mopey walking.
Well, then Cal, right behind them all, sees Structuremon holding onto Caramon being lifted into the air.
Structuremon is gonna look dead at Cal and go, "Help me, please."
Can Cal like reach Strikemon from where?
Yeah, they're just slightly off the ground, but not touching it.
Not touching you.
Just think about what he can do to fix this. He's kind of just gonna. Structuremon's only like a short distance off the ground. He's gonna, I guess, like grab her around the middle and try and like pull her down
That's a feat of strength.
That's not going to go well.
Yeah, isn't Cal like old and feeble?
He's pretty sprightly, but he's not strong.
Okay.
So 3d6 plus 3.
Could have been worse, but
It could be better too. And you grabbed Strike successfully, and Strike you're not being lifted up anymore, but you're not like reaching the ground yet either. You've got Cal holding onto your midsection. You are holding onto Karamon. All the lights are mostly focused on Karamon, but you've been caught in proxy by it and are being lifted. You're halfway between this train carriage and the next. The door to the next one is open, and you can see the others through it.
Can Strikemon reach the door to reach anything to grab onto to pull herself forward?
It'd be. Do you have a tail?
Yes.
Strikemon have a tail? Then
Yes.
You could wrap your tail around one of the bars.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna do that.
All right. And if that's going to be like whatever your strength stat is, your body derived, which is CPU. So another 3d6 plus 2 to just pull yourself back down to the ground against the red lights.
All right.
Which are pulling at you harder.
Hell yeah.
665. Once you wrap your tail around that bar, you just pull yourself down. Your feet hit the ground. Your claws clench into the wood to keep you down. Just step, clench. You walk all the way through the next door, holding Karamon tight.
Cal does let go once she's back.
Yeah.
Feet on.
Cal's able to follow after because, again, the red lights are focused on Karamon. And let's move you to the next card.
Oh, gotta zoom way out and find where we are.
You're at the most left side. You'll have to let me know how that loads, Maddie.
It's very blurry, and I can't see anybody, but I see what a vaguely train-shaped object. Oh, I see. Okay, everyone's tokens are loading in now.
Okay, so let's get to what's happening here. So while the rest of you were butting about behind, Piper ran ahead, followed after by Dustin, Casey, and some of your Digimon. You just pushed through that door. You ran right through it, just full speed right ahead. And you would have come up straight to a stop just about here because... Let me resize this once it swans in.
Oh.
All right, there's a gun barrel pointing right at your head.
Oh,
Good.
Oh, no.
Do the zoom thingy.
ooh.
There it
Fancy.
is.
Oh,
That's a
I'm
Tommy
looking.
gun.
That it is.
I can't see it.
He's got a nice suit.
Yeah. Once it's loaded for you, I'll size it up again so you can take a look at it. But yeah, everyone's probably bundled in behind Piper, but Piper's just standing there and there is a gun pointing right into her forehead.
Oh, she's not happy about that. She's gonna be pretty scared, I think. I don't know. I can't see the gun, so. But I feel like regardless, it is a gun.
Yeah.
Is it like a person or a Digimon?
It's
or...
a tall-looking Digimon. It's taller than all of you guys. It's taller than Strikemon. It's like a couple people tall. Its head just crests the very top of the carriage. It spends a moment with the gun pointing at you, then pulls it back and just smiles and goes, "You caused so much more trouble than I thought you would. Good job." And starts to just walk further down the carriage and give you more room to fall in.
Yeah, Piper's kind of freaked out.
Yep. What about Dustin and Casey? Cal, Strikemon, and Karamon are still dealing with their outside problem at this point.
Freaked out for sure, but also oh god, it's a Digimon, of course.
I mean, I think it'd be a little more freaky if a dude was just there with a gun.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd probably be more surprising.
I'm trying to figure out if Piper would be scared enough or not scared enough to try to talk to it.
Well, while you do that, how about Dustin? Since you're still behind the camera, are you taking a look around?
I mean, I was taking that guy in on camera for a minute there because dude
Yeah.
with a gun. But yeah, once it's clear that he's not literally just have to shoot Piper in the head and then the rest of us, he will get a look around with the just.
Then
Take a
how about
peek
you
then.
give me a perception roll with your minor aspect?
Do I get my? I used that like twice I think already, so I don't think I.
If you've used it twice, then it's out. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I used it in the like looping forever room and then once in the ballroom I think. So
That's fine. And just a regular perception roll,
let's
which
see.
is
Perception is
willpower plus perception.
Okay, well I mean that's still +7, so that's pretty good. So slash roll 3d6 plus
3d6
7.
plus 7.
Okay, I couldn't remember how the command worked 100%. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's a 14. All right, well, you do take a sweep around and you notice that this cart, despite like it looks made better than the last one, but it's also trashed. Like seats broken, holes in walls, it's been wrecked. That's about it.
Do they look
All right,
like
who's going
bullet
to do
holes?
something?
Or are they just
Yes.
holes? Okay. I'm gonna lean over towards, let's see, who's closest to me
Oh,
right now?
there it is.
Okay, Casey's next to me. Like,
Here you go, Maddie. Does that load for you?
It's gonna take a second, but it will.
All right, what were you saying, Andy?
I would say Dustin's gonna lean over towards, I guess Piper's the closest, not Piper,
Casey.
Casey's closest to him. He's like, this guy's been shooting the train.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, but now he has smaller targets, but the train behind us is being destroyed, so I don't really think we have a better move.
Hmm. Well, I don't want to be shot,
I'm liking your plan so far.
but I'm also quite fed up with all of this bullshit.
Bullshit with a gun. Just keep that part in the front of your mind.
Right. Well, a gun's one thing, but giant red eyes that pull you into the sky is also not great. So I
Probably
think
about this time that the door behind you opens and Strikemon just runs in with Caramon, red light shut framing the entrance because it's all on Caramon right now.
yeah, both of these things are bad. We're really between a gun and floating red eyes here,
Yeah.
as the famous saying goes.
Guns are gangsters.
Guns are gangsters.
Those are both the same thing in this problem. Shit. Whatever.
It sounds catchy though.
Okay. Does anyone have an idea? That
Nope.
doesn't end with us getting... Oh, by the way, hey Cal, there's someone who's going to try and shoot us, probably.
Hmm.
Well, that's not
He
good.
says.
Well, I had to get Cal caught up quick.
Okay, so Striketramon's gonna see the Digimon with the frickin' gun and get very upset. I think
Would be even more upset if she knew that gun had been pointed at Piper a moment ago.
yeah, she's gonna, you know how sometimes you just throw your belongings at people before running at something?
Oh, yeah.
Striketrammon is going to not violently throw Caramon, but definitely sort of thrust Caramon at Cal and then dart ahead to stand in front of Piper.
For a moment, I thought you were about to throw Caramon at this guy.
So did I.
Yeah.
You know, like when you throw your belongings at someone to distract them so they can't shoot you.
So yeah, Striketramon's gonna just jump ahead and stand very protectively in front of Piper.
All right. It's walked about halfway along the train and just part of the like wrecked. One of the seats has been like cut in half and turned sideways, and it just sits down on that instead.
Well, he's not attacking us, guys. Maybe we should talk to him.
Piper's still pretty shaken, and she sort of just grabs onto like from she's standing behind Strike Tremine, so she just like goes forward and clings onto her a little bit. Yeah, any volunteers to talk to this Digimon with a gun?
Cal, despite all this, is still pretty calm. Like, I could invoke his, like, whichever aspect it was. I think minor.
Phantom fascination? Or no, just floating along. Yeah?
Yeah, like, he's pretty, like, he's not freaking out about this.
This is
so
not the
yeah,
first
if
time
there are no
Cal's been somewhere with
volunteers,
someone with a gun.
if there are
Yeah,
no
he works in
volunteers,
academia, so.
Alright, Cal, be the boss. Take the stage.
so he's gonna move up. He's grabbing Keramon like pretty much by the head, and he's gonna move up in front.
Again, like a basketball, just...
Yeah. Hi. Can I ask who you are and what the heck is going on here?
It's that Ninja Rockmon's gonna, like, climb over seats and get, like...
Since you're trying to establish dialogue with this thing, and you did want to use your minor aspect, let's do a roll. I guess it would be Persuade, which is your charisma, and your minor aspect.
The conversation is mic'd now.
So 3d6 plus 6. How do I feel about a 17? Okay, the Digimon takes a look at you and gives a nod and goes, "You did a good job keeping the damn worm distracted. I had more than enough time to get my own meal. Thanks, I appreciate it."
The worm. What can you tell us about the worm?
The Digimon waves a hand. All of this is the worm's feeding grounds. It keeps it all in line, and it creates the food by capturing data and Digimon, preparing them, and when they're calm and just leftover energy and data, it gets to eat. This carriage should have been full of its food, but it was mine, and now I'm strong enough to get rid of it and get out of its chains.
Huh.
Yeah, huh. That's
Piper's gonna be like, hey, yeah. She's gonna sort of peek out from behind Strike-Tramon and be like, hey, yeah, can you run that by me one more time without sounding like a riddle, please?
It laughs a little, and let's see. Piper's got a really good charisma persuade, actually. Why don't you roll one too?
All right, cool. So that's what, charisma
And persuade.
Okay. Ooh, plus 10.
Come on, big words. You got this. Very slightly better. Because of modifiers.
What a shit roll otherwise, though. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, I just got to make a quick one of my own. Is the value right? Yep. Woof. Okay.
Well, there you go. Doesn't matter if you roll shit if the other guys roll shitter.
Well, we'll see. So
I don't like that.
Does Piper like charge past Cal or keep back?
No, she just peeks out from behind Strike-Tramon.
Right. So the Digimon sees her and it chuckles a bit at being told off, and then it says, "I'm sorry, I'm twitchy. It's been and suddenly, like, the wood at this point of the door, of the train, it blasts inwards, and this jawed mouth snaps around its free arm that's closest to it, and it bites down hard. It's one of the wolves, the Sanglitmon you've seen from before. And it's bitten onto this Digimon. This Digimon just pulls up its gun and starts gunning it until the Sanglitmon disappears. I've had a rough day.
What the fuck?
Damage it's taken. And okay, it stands back up now, and it's flexing its left arm, which is the one that got bitten. I saw you at the station. You provided a distraction so that I could get in here, steal the food of the worm, and get strong enough to get rid of it. You would have seen me in a form like theirs before.
Oh, were you were the one sitting
everyone's
on the
just
platform.
collectively like, oh.
Now, I am Astamon, and I am free of the pack. The pack made a deal with the worm. It would share food with them as long as they herded Digimon into its clutches, into its feeding ground, and they were content to live like that, and I hated it. So I betrayed the pack, I stole the worm's food, and now I'm going to kill the worm and leave its corpse in the desert.
Okay, all right, I'm following.
Cool.
So-
Why don't you just like leave? Since you can do that now.
Would you
Okay.
leave this eating whatever it catches?
So wait, hold on. Can we back up a little bit? What's the worm?
The worm is so much worse than it should be. It's ate the entire track and the Trailmon, and then it turned them into this feeding ground. And it's so much. I hate looking at it and hearing it. The red lights like still this train's made better, but you're still like seeing twinges of the red through it. I hate being inside of it, and I hate it.
Cool, that did not answer our question at all.
It's the best answer I have to what that thing is.
Is it like a virus? Did it infect a Trailmon? I don't
It just appeared as darkness. It ate everything, and then it made this. That's all I know.
We'll get. How do we? Is getting rid of it like beneficial to the digital world, like as a whole, or is it just a thing that you're doing for revenge? Or I don't. Listen, we're human.
Raises its
We
left
don't.
hand and points at the Caramon, which is still like glowing a bit. It's like, this one stole some of the food too, didn't it? You should have seen it then. Each one of those would have been a Digimon. How many did you see?
Casey's
Think
doing some
about-
quick mental math.
How many people and orbs and all the ghosts in the dance and all of that?
Wait, hold on. So
Doesn't
you're
it-
telling us that all those people, all those orbs, they were Digimon. Or
All
are
caught-
Digimon.
All caught by the worm, weaved into the illusion, pacified into food. And then
At this point, a small smile finally starts spreading across Casey's face. So you're telling us they're not ghosts.
what the hell is a ghost?
Yes!
Since
Oh,
Casey's still the close one, Dustin's gonna lean over. We're gonna. Does that mean Caramon ate like 2 Digimon?
Oh,
Did-
yeah.
Something besides the orb?
Well, he
I know
ate-
it took
he
chocolate
ate
initially.
food. Yeah.
Yeah,
I say, Dustin can misunderstand what that guy meant.
that's fair.
You said stealing food. Caramon ate the food. Well, that's bad.
Woof. Another, like, the ground, the actual, like, wood beneath Astamon's feet bursts up, and another one of the Sangletmon latches its mouth around its leg, and Sangletmon just points its gun down and starts shooting again, but it wasn't quick enough to react to it. This is loud and probably upsetting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Piper's gonna flinch back behind Striketramon.
Probably not Casey, who also has Sanity Drain Max, but has also just been hugely relieved by the discovery that this is all apparently Digimon related.
Yep.
Is anyone else like still feeling like they're being pushed at the edge of this is way much more than I wanted?
I think Pipe's a little scared.
Yeah.
Perhaps a lot scared.
Would you like to roll Sanity Drain?
Sure.
I think you were one of the people who took a free point earlier, right?
Yep.
Yep, so that's only sanity check. Sanity Drain. How do I check that? 3d6 plus willpower plus bravery minus your points times 2, but only times 1 because you took that bonus point. So willpower and bravery is 10. 3d6 plus 10 minus 1. 3d6 plus 9. It's spooky, but also the fact that someone's finally explaining things to you is helping. Like, it's not hugely confusing mystery anymore.
Okay.
Astamon raises up the gun and just goes, they don't like that I'm cutting this off. They thought free food in exchange for easy hound service was worth it. I disagreed.
How do we get out of here?
Next,
You want to get out of here, right? So how do we do the same?
Next is the engine. We cut the chains, we separate all of the carriages, and then we crash that engine, and it will never be able to run it again.
What about the Trailmon? Isn't this a Trailmon? Wouldn't we be killing a Trailmon?
The Trailmon is just a piloted corpse at this point.
Oh.
Oof.
Astamon begins walking forward. I thought you'd make enough noise to give me the freedom to get the food, but it seems you did even better than I expected. You're not just a distraction. You're worthwhile allies. If you want to come along, I won't say no.
Striketramon is going to ask if allying with them, would they help guarantee safe passage for all the humans and Digimon in their group back out of this place?
I have no business with any of you. If you help me take this down, I'd owe you one.
Casey's in. Casey says out loud. Just like that.
In the
Yeah,
third
she
person.
says Casey's in.
Casey's in. Cutemon's taking a nap in her arms.
Digimon missed everything.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Striketramon is going to sort of look at Piper, reassure her quietly, and then start following Astamon. Actually, no. Striketramon's gonna usher everyone forward. I don't know if she says, I don't know if there's any other choice. I don't want to see anyone hurt in this train. We should keep moving.
All right, if you guys all going ahead, what's Cal think, Tess?
First off, Cal is slightly annoyed that this wasn't ghosts. Just slightly.
It was kind of.
I mean, he's used to disappointment at this point, really, but
we are riding in a zombie.
that is true, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, he supposes. Yeah, I agree. We should help him out. One, because he doesn't know how the hell to get off this train, and two, because his partner is still a glowing ball of tentacles and he doesn't know how to fix that. So yeah, we're gonna keep moving.
Okay, as long as he's not pointing a gun at us, I'm fine with that.
All right, get yourselves into an order to head towards the next carriage.
I think Strike Tremont feels very torn because she doesn't totally trust Astamon, but also doesn't want to leave anybody like at the back. I think she's just going to reluctantly stay in back.
So Ninja Rockmon's going to do his standard thing of be a little bit closer than everything so he can keep it on mic.
Oh, thank God for Ninja Rockmon.
He is honestly the biggest professional in this
Where's
one.
Dustin?
I mean, yeah,
Dustin's
that's
right
just in terms of size for sure.
I can't see him.
there. I'm invisible. I ranked up in stealth. No, I'm like right next to Piper.
Huh.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Weird. Like you disappeared from the screen for a second and then zoomed back onto it. Okay. Astamon leads the way. When it gets to the next door, which is hanging on its hinges, it just kicks the door open.
Hell yeah.
And it leads you through to the connection to the next zone. So let me get you in position for this, because this one's going to be a little bit different.
And then the screen dissolves.
As you begin crossing over, you notice that the Trailmon up ahead, you can see it now. You can actually see that it's metal, like Trailmons usually are. And you saw it with bones earlier. You can see those same bones, but the bones are plastered over it, like it's being coated by them. It's being held in place by that. Astamon leads the way. The train, it's a bit wider over the tracks than the previous carriages. There's more room to stand side by side, and there's nothing there. And Astamon leads you through it and to the door at the back of it. And then it puts a hand against the door and it says, "Well, here we go." And it pushes the door open. So we'll transfer you over to the next map. So you all hearing good?
I love that, Digimon.
So what you see in front of you is not what this map shows. It is not a clear path ahead. There are weird, kind of greenish tendrils just covering the area in front of you. Just flesh tendrils, just completely stacked ahead. They're coming at angles out of the walls, connected to the floor, out of the ceiling, connected to walls, floor to ceiling. Just it's a huge mass. And Astamon points its gun forward and says, "We're going to cut right through there, pull out the core of this train, this Trailmon, and crash the damn thing once and for all." And it starts firing. It's gone right away. And you can see, it's just, as the bullets fly, it's starting to cut into the tendrils, and it's sweeping the bullets around, just trying to cut them down. And here's how this is going to work. You should each see that there's a number of tiles towards the front of this train, right?
I only see a Garurumon.
Yep, that's fine. But in the back of the map, in the map when it loads for you. So here's how it's going to work. You're each going to do something in just an order that you decide to do, and that's to try and push forward one step past all the tendrils holding you back. Right now, Astamon is just gunning it, and that's going to be what's it going to be? I'm going to roll 3d6 plus damage, which is a weird combo, but I'm GM, so I can say what goes. It makes a little bit of progress, so not a lot. It cuts a small section of the first layer over. So Casey and Calvin, the tendrils get a little less dense where you are, so you guys can push forward a little. But that's about it right now. Who's going to make a move to attempt to push forward?
Strike Tremont, for sure.
All right. The tendrils, there's not Astamon's shots haven't helped out Strike Tremont here, so you're going to be right in front of you. You're just going to cut into it?
Yeah, I'd like to have Trailmon use Desolation Strike, which has a knockback.
Yeah, okay.
Which I
that's
think
pretty
could
cool.
be useful.
It's a ranged move, so you're taking it at point blank. That's going to be a penalty.
Okay.
I'm not going to roll a huge accuracy because it's a stationary target here. What's the natural penalty to using a ranged attack close range? It is... A ranged attack targeting a character adjacent to the user takes an accuracy penalty equal to the target's RAM value, which would be 2 for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll 3d6 plus your damage minus 2.
All right, so that's going to be 3d6 plus 5.
Okay, Strikemon just slams into it and cuts a portion of the tendrils back and cuts enough of a hole that you can push forward here. So you've got like the ability to step forward here and here. Who's going to do something next?
I don't know if there's much that Casey and Cutemon can do. I think Cutemon's going to try and use Ultrasonic Wave, which is just a ranged attack.
So 3d6 plus your damage minus 2.
Did you say that side was already pushed back a little bit?
Yeah, so you're able to move up to here.
Oh, God.
Or you can like hold back, and you can hold back if you want, since it's a ranged attack, and just keep drilling a path further in.
It's 14.
Yeah, okay, so it's not a great amount of impact made, but you do manage to like cut some further in. Casey would have to stoop to just get through this huge mass of like, it's kind of like vines, but they look more, and they're miscolored, but it's still like looks fleshy. It's nasty.
God,
But
vines,
Digimon
it's
could
a
like
lot
get
grosser.
through there. Yeah. Dustin or Cal, will you do anything while the others are trying to push in?
Is Caramon in a state to be doing anything right now?
Caramon seems fine. Like it whines a bit about being held onto, but it seems like healthy.
Just glowing.
Actually, you know what? Roll a quick perception for me with Cal.
Okay.
So that's willpower perception. Woof.
That wasn't a great roll.
Caramon seems fine. It's like energetic.
I believe this.
Yes, sounds legit.
Well, act on what your character knows.
Okay, let's see here. I just want to confirm something real quick, like.
So, what's Cal gonna do, Tess?
So Cal's kind of he's wondering if he's able to kind of like, so like these like tendrils, they like, how like densely packed are they?
It's pretty dense. You do need to like cut your way through them.
Right. I guess he's sort of gonna give Caramon a quick once over to see like how they're doing. They seem, yeah, I guess they seem okay. They're sort of wiggling. So he's gonna get them to just do their like their crazy giggle, which is their basic ranged attack.
Gonna
Alright.
laugh at it.
Are you going to be helping with the path Cutemon is digging, or starting your own?
Yeah, he's gonna probably be going on that same path.
All right, 3d6 plus damage.
Oh no, that's not a good roll at all for me.
You maybe make some impact. Doesn't really seem to have done that much. You and
Trailmon's
Cute are
been
both
pretty
doing like
ineffectual this entire
their
time.
waves.
so I'm
Well,
not-
it's been, just Caramon the entire time as well. Everyone else has had their chance to shine. Andy, is Dustin doing anything?
Yeah, Dustin's gonna just like take the mic stand from Ninja Rockmon, and Ninja Rockmon's he's not gonna Digivolve right now. But he is gonna pull out a fucking kunai, because by the way, he's been holding a knife this whole time, just stabbed on him.
What's that you got there, Ninja Rockmon?
A knife.
No!
And he's gonna use his little
Yeah,
rock.
kill these
He's
vines.
gonna use his rock kunai stab, because that's a charge move, so he can just run in and stab at it.
All right. 3d6 plus damage.
He's got a shank.
Yeah. Stractramon's already cut a bit of an open hole. Do you just go right through that?
Yeah, he's a quick little guy. Honestly, he can probably run in, stab, and back out if fucking he needs to. Okay, 3d6 plus damage.
Yep. All right. You just grab your knife. Stractramon's just done an attack which pushed through some of the weird tendrils, and Ninja Rockmon just dives right in, cuts, stabs, slashes, and just kind of secures an opening. Some of the ones beforehand just drop down. You know that thing where then the anime fights with the swordsmen, they just go and there's all these flashes of light around them, like they're swinging their sword in all directions? Ninja Rockmon totally just did that.
Oh, Ninja Rockmon.
He's
I
the
love
hero we
you.
all needed.
All right. Let's do another roll for Astamon.
And then Astamon shoots him. Surprise twist.
Astamon, noticing that you're having some success, more success over there than its wildfire shooting, turns towards your side, switches its gun to its other arm, which the weight of it pulls it down a bit because it's still been bit in that arm pretty bad before. And just its hand sizes up in its claws, and it swipes those claws through, and it cuts out just a whole sheath of the tendrils just around here, and just makes a huge cut into it. This entire section is cleaned out now.
Nice.
All right. Who's going to do something next? You're making some progress through, but the red light is still focused around this area, and the carriage is shaking, but it's not breaking away the metal to get in there anymore.
Do we have anything that can light things on fire? This is a thing that Piper asks out loud. Hey, can we light this on fire? Is that an option we have?
You got Casey's mixtape.
Casey very, very surreptitiously pats the fucking CD case at her hip. I got my fire mixtape. No.
Piper says, Casey, you're cute and I love you, but that's not what I meant.
Casey gets really flustered. It's what?
And Piper is very oblivious to that. So yeah, she turns back to Striketramon and she sort of shrugs now. She's like, I don't know, Striketramon, you can have at it again, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I have kind of an idea. Or sorry.
Well, I don't have any good ones, so if you're all the way over there, but
oh, this is Bridget talking. I don't know if this would really do much. This is nothing mechanical, but if Cutemon digivolves, they have some group amping abilities, but I don't know how well that'll actually work.
I have an idea. Do that.
Can Cutemon digivolve?
Absolutely, Cupemon can digivolve.
All right,
Okay.
yeah.
We're doing that fucking anime double shit because Ninja Rockmon's digivolving too.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. All right.
Oh, when the screen splits and there's two Mons of
Yeah,
Digivolving.
yeah.
Hell
Absolutely.
yes.
And they pay that little extra for the 3D animation for that one scene.
Let's see.
Yes.
Oh my
Keep
god.
about your regular sizes. Bit bigger. Need better grids in future.
Okay.
All right, DJ Cupemon is up, and in the middle of the tendrils, after while they're still falling around it, Ninja Rockmon just unfolds in a Ninja Star Rockmon. Is it Ninja Star Rockmon?
I think that's what
Ninja
Wanna
Star
put
Rockmon, yeah.
Yeah. That's right, because his name is wrong on my character sheet because I fixed it but then never resaved over it.
All right, you've both digivolved. You both can have an action based on that.
Okay. Do you actually have a move that buffs us up, or is that just more of like
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Casey hands DJ Cupemon her mixtape, and DJ Cupemon's using Amp It Up, which is their attack that can give haste. I can use it in a cone, and it's ranged, so I can give it to...
This is kind of like a pseudo battle right now, where we're just being cool. To tell you
cool.
what, why don't the two of you play a duet?
Hell
To
yeah.
pump the party up.
That's good.
Okay. So
Yes.
That's going to be a bit roll for each of you. Bit is brains. Yep. It's just combo off each other. One of you roll the first roll, and if the second roll's a higher number, that'll be really good.
you said
So
bit,
is this
you said
one-
Who's
bit.
leading?
This one is 3d6, right?
Yeah, 3d6 plus your bit.
Plus bit. I feel like Ninja Star... Oh
Yeah,
god.
I made him as
Ninja
confusing as
Star
possible.
Ninja Star Rockmon. I feel like he'd probably be he's like the solo man, yeah?
Yeah. At least he thinks
think-
he is. So
I think DJ Cutemon's supporting with
Yep.
with the beats.
okay. So you said 3d6 plus bit, right?
Yep. Yeah, which is 3 for you.
Yep. And he's like, all right, and then he's basically doing I think I named it like Devil's Whale or whatever, where he's fucking trying to destabilize the vines.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great roll. Amp me up.
All right. Oh, DJ Cupemon, why don't you... There you go. DJ Cupemon amped it up to support this. It was a rolling, a combo play. But the music reverberates through here. You actually see some of the tendrils beginning to shake a lot, and some of them fall and such, just throughout the entire thing. You weaken the entire thing overall. And also, you guys are just, it's a good track. You guys are feeling energized from it.
Hell yeah.
Piper and Calvin, Striketramon and Caramon.
Yeah, Striketremon's gonna try to get in on this and blast something open. She's gonna, so that she doesn't take penalty on the range, she's just gonna stay where she is and carefully aim around Ninja Star Rockmon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, yeah.
I need everyone to be confused by this name by the time we're done. Or I didn't do my job right.
So yeah, it's gonna be Desolation Strike again.
Yep.
Ooh, actually, opinion time. Do you think would armor piercing have an effect
Ooh.
on these tendrils?
It could.
I mean, flesh is a kind of armor.
Okay.
That's the grossest
It's the last
possible.
line of defense.
All right, yeah, okay. So instead of doing Desolation Strike, she's gonna run up to as far as we've pierced through and use Strike Claw, which has armor piercing.
All right. 3d6 plus 7.
All right.
I am going to give you one warning, though. Ninja Star Rockmon has nothing but area attacks, and he has no ability to aim them. So, just letting you know that out of character.
That's fine. You're
Okay.
rocking out right now.
Oh.
All right. You run up and you do a swipe as well, and it kind of picks up what Astamon's swipe before didn't get, and just all the way into here and where you guys round is completely clear. they're hanging a bit more loosely around here after what Keramon and Cutemon originally did, but you can see that you've basically cleared all the way on the lower half.
All right.
Tess, Calvin, and Keramon.
So we pretty much cleared the whole like lower half, right? Is that what you said?
Well, the first block of it. So like
Oh, the
these
first
two have been mostly cleared out. Like you can just walk around in there easily, and what's not lying on the ground is just hanging limply. But it's still like a dense mess, and you can't see the front of the train.
Okay. Instead of doing anything useful, it's just gonna it's gonna grab one of these like limp tendrils, kind of get a good look at it. Might be tempted to take a bite.
Oh.
Because eating things has turned out great this whole time.
Can they tell like what these tendrils are exactly? Like,
I mean,
what they're
ultimately,
made of?
it's in the digital world, so it's still like, despite all the covering of it, it's data at its core. And Keramon is the kind of Digimon that just eats data. So anything it eats, it digests.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so it's just gonna spaghetti slurp up one of the tendrils on the ground,
Yeah,
put it in its mouth.
it's gonna do.
I love this, but I also hate
Alright. Keramon touched a spaghetti.
Oh, thank you.
Memes.
Astamon is pushing forward. It's like, good, keep pushing, and it just shoves its gun. It's like shoves its arm with the gun right into the massive tendrils, and you actually see them kind of constrict around it, but it just pulls the trigger and keeps shooting. And
He blows his own arm off.
no, the train carriage shakes again, and there's like those groaning noises you've heard before, which you guess probably belong to the worm, whatever that is. There's like more red light shining around, but Astamon does pull its arm back from the tendrils, and you can tell it's like actually done a lot of damage further in. It just steps back for a moment to give you guys room for another assault.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so like, how far forward can we go now at all? Like, as
Let
far
me-
as
where's my-
Strikemon, or less far than that? I mean, or
Okay, so this section on the lower half is like completely clear. Standing there is really easy. The top section is a lot more dense, but Cutemon and DJ Keramon have like pushed DJ Keramon. Cutemon and Keramon pushed a little further in here, but it's like it ends here, and it's also a much smaller hole, so you need to only they could fit through here and like keep working on it. Astamon has basically shot an entire line through here, but you don't know what sort of damage that's done, just that it succeeded in that. And you've like just a little further around here is weaker, but it's still like keeping up.
okay, I just want to check one thing here. So that line that it shot through, though, that's just like in the middle of its week, right? Not like
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's a cool thing I could maybe do, but that'll be later. Well,
If you want to like sacrifice your move to just keep playing, I'll take that as like an ongoing make things easier for everyone else.
you know what? That does sound like that does sound a lot like Ninja Star Rockmon.
All right, do another bit roll and see if you can beat the supporting roll you got before. So that 15.
Okay. 6. Also, I just want to confirm something.
Yep.
So I'm doing a bit roll, but do I get a bonus because my guitar is my weapon?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then
You have how many levels of weapon?
2.
All right. 3d6 plus bit plus 2. 3d6 plus 5.
Didn't beat it, but Ninja
Yeah.
Star Rockmon doesn't care. He's just rocking out.
Ninja Star Rockmon's still playing, but it's like it's not keeping up with like the overall pumping of motion that everyone was pushing up with before. So you're not going to like this turn experience the same beats you got before. It kind of like reset the building track to top. So DJ Cutemon could do something, or could also like play to try and amp things up again. You just have to beat the rolls each time.
Yeah, I think.
And when you drop the roll, you go back.
I think they're continuing to play.
All right, 3d6 plus bit.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
You beat my, because I brought
You
it back
beat
down.
Andy's.
So.
That's what matters.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep, so you're building like a combo of music. And if Andy can beat that next time, it'll get even easier.
Oh, okay, I see.
So Stractramon.
Yep.
And Piper, if Piper wants to do anything. Your humans are here too, by the way.
Dude, I'm catching all this on camera. This is gonna go on YouTube.
Piper's gonna do something real fucking weird. She's gonna try to like tickle it and see what happens.
Oh!
I love that.
And she gets sucked into
before we get into that, I just have a quick question. You would have caught the video of Astamon having to shoot the Sanglitmon that are attacking it. That's private YouTube stuff, not going
Oh yeah,
public.
that's not going on. I say what
Yeah.
I'm saying about recording right now is this is going
You
up
have to
on.
edit around that.
Yeah,
okay.
this
Piper,
part's going up on
what sort of
Dustin's
role are you going to make?
I don't know. There is no role for tickling.
Isn't there? I don't know.
Give me a roll for stealth.
Stealth? Okay.
Stealth.
That's not great. Is it just stealth, or is it like body plus stealth,
Agility
or like
plus
willpower?
stealth.
Agility. Oh, it's not her strong point.
Don't worry, it's really loud in here right now. It might be. It's probably easier to sneak around than normal.
Okay, so you begin like tickling it just to see if you can get a reaction, and it shifts a little, and then one of them just wraps around your wrist and holds you really tight.
Oh shit! She goes, Strike Dramon! And Strike Dramon's like, she learned this word from Piper. She says "fuck" very quietly under her breath. She says "fuck" very quietly under her breath, darts over and tries to slice it off of Piper.
Okay, you're trying to be careful with this, so give me a CPU roll. 3d6
Okay.
plus 2.
All right. Sure, the anticipation is. Oh no, that's not great.
It's not especially careful.
You bring your hand like you've got a blade hand, right? No, you've just got the claws. Okay, so
Yeah,
you bring
she
your
has
claws
claws.
down on it to try and cut into it, and you're being a little gentle just to make sure you don't get Piper. And so you hit it, but you don't cut through it, and that's when more of them wrap around your wrist as well.
Oh shit.
All right, Calvin and Karamon.
Fucking Ninja Rockman's just noodling next to you guys.
Ninja Rockmon is not paying attention. You just are.
First off, does Caramel still look okay after slurping up that tendril? Didn't have any effect on them.
I'm going to give this to you. You didn't see this earlier because of the perception roll, but now that you're like watching just Karamon playing around and getting it spaghetti, you notice that you know how it had that big cut on it before from when it rolled into the rail spike?
Yeah.
That's gone. Karamon's like
Interesting.
happily
power.
eating up. It's still like glowing. Maybe it's a bit brighter, but you can't tell because there's a lot going on and the red lights coming through and all of that. But Karamon like seems more energetic and not like complaining now. That's just
More
free as
energetic,
it
you
was.
say?
Yep.
They're gonna digivolve.
All right.
Yes.
The room here.
All right. So Cal instructs Karamon to digivolve.
Or does it
No, they're just
happen?
gonna do it.
They're just going to do it on their own. Excellent. I love that. All right. So just here, like in the remnants of where the tendrils have been cut down so far, where Karamon just ignoring everything and being ignored by everyone, but Cal has been eating away the tendrils, suddenly just swells up in size. It balloons as Karamon to start with, and then it transitions shape into Chrysalismon, which is not this big,
But
but it's
Jesus, if
big.
it was.
It's bigger than the rest of your Digimon besides Astamon, and it's there. And it's just floating there with its blades just flying, just waving around. And so it's floating in front of like one of the more denser masses of the tendrils, right? And you can see how it's got those armor chinks, just right. What is it? Chitin?
Titan.
Chitin, whatever. You see how it's got all of that? Especially around, right in the middle of it, between the spikes and the head, you can see that connection point there. Where it's like the cross there. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that just opens up into a gaping jaw, and it seizes down on some of the tendrils and rips them right out and starts munching into it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Astamon, standing next to it, looks at it and goes, hungry. And takes a few steps over here to where you guys are, wraps one arm, like one of its non-gun arm around Piper and Strikegeron, and like it can reach around you guys, and it puts its gun down and brings the other claw around and grabs the tendrils in front of you and tries to rip them away.
Oh, he's a helper.
So that's 3d6 plus CPU. And so many tendrils now wrap out and just ensnare all of you into
God.
You guys just get racked up.
Okay, remember when I said
Helping or hurting, Astamon? Helping or hurting?
Trying. It's just moving its arms and it's not going too well. All right, who can do something in this situation? You've cut about halfway through so far, but the tendrils are being more resilient on the bottom side, while Chrysalismon is having a munch away.
Are the tendrils are it's not necessarily that they're near them and then just tightening. They're like specifically going after them.
Yeah, they've like emerged outwards from the mass and wrapped around and are holding you down.
Okay, so I'm just going to let you guys know, I wasn't kidding earlier when I said that I only have area attacks that will also hit you guys, so I'm not a huge amount of health here.
Unfortunately, Ninja Star Rock One also can't play music right now, being restrained as it is.
Hey, he wasn't restrained.
Totally upset.
He was noodling.
No, you're restrained now because Astamon failed that roll and a huge amount came out and got
That's
all four.
no fun.
Well, next time don't fail your rolls, me.
Yeah.
Thanks, DM.
Well, screw it. Ninja Star Rockmon's teleporting out.
Fair enough.
He can do that.
You can teleport. You're being held tightly, so I'm just going to make a quick roll just to make... I'm not going to roll my own dice. Make a bit roll of your own. 3d6 plus 3, just to get out.
6 plus 3.
Yeah, okay. Teleport out. Where do you want to go?
Well, he's just going to be like right here temporarily, just like taking a momentary breather. And I'm going to let you guys know he didn't take the feat to teleport with people, so he didn't just ditch you on purpose. He has to ditch you.
Piper, Strikegeron, and Astamon are being tied down by tendrils emerging from the mass that's still left. Chrysalismon is chomping wildly into them at the top level.
Is he gonna eat them?
As it's chomping, you can see all of its bladed tendrils. They're actually cutting them and cutting it into more easily digestible bite sizes. It's going ham in there.
Huh. Casey turns to... Oh, God, my eyes. Sorry. Casey turns to Cal and is like, can you instruct them at all?
He's kind of, well, I can try. Kind of seems like this doesn't actually happen all that often. Like, Karamon's usually just pretty fine just being Karamon. But sometimes just does this and kind of just goes ham.
Sometimes he's a hungry boy.
So Cal calls out like, "Hey, buddy. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna say.
It's the first few beats of the Steel Samurai theme.
Yeah, that's my phone. Hold on, I gotta take this.
All right.
How did
While
you
that's
do
going
that so
on,
quickly? Jesus.
would DJ Cutemon and Casey like to do anything in the situation? DJ Cutemon's like still rocking out, but maybe a little more nervously since everything's immediately kind of going out of control again.
Yeah, I mean,
Rocks out nervously.
I definitely, Casey definitely wants to help, but has no idea what to do. This fucking, if Cal can't, kind of instruct, what's this boy's name now?
Chrysalismon.
Chrysalismon.
Sorry about that. What did I miss?
All right.
I was
We're
trying
just
to
like
figure out-
talking about what's next. But Cal wanted to instruct Chrysalismon, yeah?
Yeah. Let me see what. Let me double check what Crystal's Monk can actually.
One day he'll be a beautiful, beautiful butterfly mon.
I just want to point out, Chrysalismon, despite this image, does have the weird blue-green coloring to it as well.
Yeah. Cal's gonna instruct them to kind of like sort of swipe at the like nearby like tendrils and kind of clear some more of a path instead of just munching wildly.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, so they're probably going to use their range. No, not their range. Their melee.
Well, first, in order to get Chrysalismon to listen to you, you're going to roll your Minor Torment again.
Okay. Fine.
Pass the Torment, Chrysalismon listens. Don't, it won't.
Fair enough. What am I rolling again? I keep forgetting.
Just 3d6. And you want 12 or better. Wow!
It's not.
A 3, a 2, and a 1. Tess, you have been having the worst rolls regarding Caramon.
I failed 3 torment rolls in a row.
Yeah, you have. As Chrysalismon takes another huge bite out of the tendrils, some of them come out of like the mass and wrap around this time, and it doesn't fight them. It just keeps biting as it gets pulled into the mass, and you lose sight of it in there.
Oh,
that's fine.
Oh, fuck. This is fine.
you can't control the hungry boy.
All right. Casey and DJ Cutemon, are you going to be doing anything here?
I think we just see all this happen and we're just like, oh, fuck. I really don't know if there's anything. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I can do to help. I think Casey also gets really sweaty, like I'm getting right now.
Would you like to roll Fear of Failure?
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I guess so.
3d6 plus willpower minus your unmarked boxes. So you have a willpower of 4 and 7 unmarked boxes. So 3d6 minus 3.
Ooh, that's gonna need a good roll.
12 or better. That is, that's the second failure of Casey's major torment. That's extremely bad.
Yeah.
And catatonic again.
Oh, this is not
More
going
than
well.
that, since
in
you're like
general.
at the back of the train, like still where it's in, the red light is more concentrated around here specifically because there's more gaps for it to get in. You start hearing a voice in the light calling to you. And it's not specifically saying anything. It's just giving you the impression that this struggle is really getting you down and you just need to relax and go with it.
Go with the light?
Just stop stressing out and working up yourself into a sweat so much. Just relax and just stop thinking about it.
Nice try, light demon, but that's not how an anxiety spiral works.
All right, let's see. I'm going to do a, what's my agility? Ram, 3d6 plus 3. Okay. I'm going to do a second roll because this is about to be cool if I pull it off. Let's do body, which is a bit. 3d6 plus 4. 3d6 plus 4. Okay. Astamon, with its free foot, catches its gun and flicks it up into the air, just enough for its hand to grab it and pull the trigger. It shoots out a bunch of the tendrils just like along the vertical line in front of you guys and sweeps its hand around and its other hand out, pulls it out as well. It's like pulls both hands free and the tendrils away from it, and its shots and movements manage to free up room for... It's still like bound but attacking, but Structuremon and Piper aren't being held onto anymore.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Astamon is still blind firing into like the tentacle mass in any direction, which might be a problem for Chrysalismon, but we don't know about that yet.
Shit. Well, you guys are free. That was everyone.
So
right?
Piper is free, right? Piper and Structuremon are free?
Yep.
So I feel like they tumble out of the tendrils and Structuremon catches Piper and looks at her and says, "What have we learned?" And Piper goes, "Yeah, I just wanted to see what would happen."
What do you learn? It's not ticklish.
How much more dense are the tendrils? Are we almost there?
You've definitely cleared like the first half. These will look like 8 steps. You've definitely cleared enough of the first half to get anywhere in it. Astamon's blind firing has started weakening up, and Chrysalimon's previous damage has like weakened up the 5th line, but 6, 7, and 8 are still pretty dense. You can't see Chrysalimon in there.
Okay. Can Piper look around for anything that's more practical to do this with rather than just hitting things, even though that seems like a Piper solution? She's getting, I wouldn't say bored, but she's getting very restless at how long this is taking.
Sure. At the bottom of the carriage, the right side here, there's a couple of bullets in it, but now that it's cleared of a lot of the tendrils, you actually see a control panel.
Huh. Piper's gonna walk on over there. What's this control panel look like?
There's a couple of buttons and levers and dials on it. It's not really well labeled. There's a couple of Digimon language characters on that, but you don't know those. But there's lots of things you can push and pull and press and that.
Oh goodness, Piper's gonna press the first button she sees. Actually, what are there buttons? Any specific colors?
There's a couple of buttons that are like kind of neutral grays, but there is one red one.
Oh, she pushes the red button.
Very
Okay.
good. Oh.
I'm not sure what a luck stat would be particularly, so just roll your
Oh.
charisma. 3d6
Okay.
plus 6.
Okay.
Charisma's the way that you show that it wasn't luck. Hey guys,
I feel
did
like
that on purpose.
survival is maybe closest. There should be a luck stat.
What's your survival? Survival is intelligence.
It's 2.
plus.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
5 then.
Okay. Survival then.
All right.
3d6 plus 5.
Fuck yeah!
Jeez.
Holy shit, that's incredibly both cursed and blessed.
All right.
Especially
As
when
you hear
bombs
that,
work.
the
Holy
horn of the
fucking
train
shit.
just goes, and you feel a huge lurch of motion as the train begins accelerating, and immediately,
You
like
fucking...
the train is shaking more and more. The light actually like pulls back a little, like it can't keep up with you, and you feel like the heat in the engine beginning to increase.
Oh my god.
Piper, the blood sort of drains from her face. And she turns around and looks at Esteban and strikes Tremon and goes, I pressed the red one. Is that bad?
There's something beautiful about seeing 3 6s rolled.
Oh. Christ. Christ on a fucking cracker. It's so good.
So we're fast now.
You're going very fast.
She did ask Esteban, are we
I
we
thought
gonna...
you-
She sort of turns and looks at Esteban, and she goes, I pressed the red one. Is that bad?
Astamon considers for a moment and then just shrugs and says, the heart of this thing crashes and keeps shooting. Astamon hasn't made mention about what happens if you're in this train when it crashes.
Yeah, Piper's gonna ask that question. She's go, hey Astamon, when this thing crashes, do you plan on being in it or outside it? And what about us?
Astamon is still shooting, so it takes a moment while it thinks about it. Just goes, I'll think about that later.
Oh my fuck.
Calvin,
Seems rather
politely
cavalier
points out,
about this
you
rather
did
things he'd
agree to help us.
I don't even know if
You did
Calvin
agree
knows
to
what's
help
going on.
us. He's sort of... look, there's not much he can do about this, is more the thing.
As the train is moving and you do feel like the heat in the engine building, and Astamon shooting, you can actually see the tendrils are starting to recede a little on their own, like the heat is bad for them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it's a lot less dense now. Like the last row is still pretty thick, but overall, like you can push through pretty easily now. Crystal Swan still nowhere in sight, so I'm just gonna
Oh, bye.
no.
Bye.
we'll see it sooner or later, probably.
This
Don't
is
like that.
Great. That's fantastic.
Final boss, Chrysalis Mon.
Fuck.
Piper's gonna... Can Piper see everybody in the room now?
Yep.
Hey guys! I pressed a button. We're going fast now. Do you want me to... Should I press more buttons? There's a bunch of these here. There's a lever. Should I pull the lever? I'm gonna pull the lever.
Oh no.
Does anyone know trains? Everyone roll for train knowledge.
Piper is about to pull this lever. Is anyone going to interfere with that? Like, try and say no, or just like, yeah, let's see what happens.
It can't make this situation any worse than it
That's
already
not
is.
true.
Those are some fighting words.
Yeah, I don't know. What would be a gut check about that?
I would be-
Survival?
No, I feel like that would be... Would that be... No, that wouldn't be decipher intent, would it?
That could be knowledge.
Uh,
Just, do you know if this is a good idea?
Piper doesn't know shit about shit.
yeah, you're going to be rolling, like, it's either gut is willpower or, like, thinking about it is intelligence. So roll just straight either gut or intelligence. Or willpower or intelligence, which is, like, brains or heart.
I mean, can
Am I doing this
intelligence.
roll or somebody else doing this roll? I'm confused.
Who wants to make a roll for this, for
I'll-
like how they feel about this?
Do I
I
need
wanna
to
make
make a
an
roll to
intelligence
think this
roll.
is a bad idea?
Okay.
Was that
That
it?
sure is an 18.
Yeah, it sure is an 18. That's a pretty solid roll. So Casey probably advises Piper not to do it. Does Piper listen?
Maybe don't. Maybe don't do that. That thing you're doing. Maybe don't.
Piper's gonna be like, all right, and she's gonna back away because she's already a little spooked by how fast they're going, and she doesn't want to go turbo or whatever. So she's like, I think we should be able to get through now. Look at those little tentacles. They're going.
All right. Who's going to do something next?
Yeah. Dustin's gonna go actually look at the control panel and see if he can figure it out at all. He doesn't really know a lot of stuff, but, you know, he knows some things. It probably won't help, but
All right. How about rolling knowledge, which is intelligence plus knowledge?
let's see. Knowledge, intelligence. That's not too bad. Roll 3d6 plus 7. Roll for train knowledge.
Ooh,
Damn. Okay.
pretty good train wisdom.
One time
What
Dustin
would you like?
turned on a
What would
train.
you like to do with this train panel? Like, what would you like the train to do?
I just want to see if I can figure out, like, at the very least, what that lever that almost got pulled just does.
The lever certainly would have put on the train's brakes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See, that's what I thought, me personally, but I was like, let's just double check there. Okay, guys, if we want to stop, the lever was a good idea, but that's probably not a good idea when we're going this fast.
No, you're probably right. Oops.
Carla's like, is there a slow the train down button?
Well, I mean, look at the tendrils. We want to go to the tendrils, right? Look at them. They're all going away.
Is there a slow the train down button?
Yeah, you can spot something which looks like it'll vent heat from the engine.
I mean, there is a slow it down button.
I think we want to
do
go
we-
fast, though.
Yeah,
Right?
look, the light's going away, guys. It's fine.
I mean, it's probably good to know when we do want to get off this train. But yeah, for the moment, let's, I guess, just work our way through these
Okay.
tendrils at super high speed.
Unfortunately, Ninja Star Rockmon is also bad at ideas.
Okay. You
He
guys
literally,
well,
he
you
literally
guys can talk
teleports
about
over and
Astamon's
smacks
just
the red
being
button again.
Cutting its way through. As much as it's shooting now
Wait,
that
he
it's
does
closer to
what
the front.
now?
Ninja Star
Wait,
Rockmon
pardon?
teleports over and smacks the red button again because he also has bad self-control.
Okay.
Listen, it's not rock and roll to not go faster.
No, I respect that. I respect that.
Valid.
God. Just roll 3d6 for me.
I have no idea if this is going to change anything, but neither does he, so. That's a good roll.
Oh man.
Hmm. Is
Also, he is
it?
literally.
Is
There
it?
is a
There was no way for
loud-
Dustin to block it because he is literally standing on the wall when he smacks the button.
There is a loud boom, and a jet of fire surges through the tentacles, washes over Astamon. Piper, I'd like Structuremon to make a quick reaction roll to try and get Piper out of this line of fire.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay.
Fine.
So that's just 3d6 plus 2, so...
Standing on the wall. Listen, guys.
Oh fuck.
Structuremon hears the explosion, dives in, isn't fast enough to grab or shield Piper. Astamon blocks an amount of the fire, but it still washes over each of you, and the force of it throws you all backwards.
Oh shit.
Dustin's just
So
like looking
that
at.
How much
is-
damage did we take from that? Does Piper-
Astamon took 5.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Piper and Structuremon are each taking 2.
Okay.
Dustin is just looking at Ninja Star Rockmon like, what the fuck? And he just shrugs. Just,
Double horn.
Piper.
There's-
Piper's not good at pain. She's gonna be a little sniffly. Is she burned?
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna be like her forearms and stuff that are burned.
Yeah, put your arms up in time, but like
Yeah.
your jumper has been burned up. It's not nice. There's another explosion. Fire doesn't come back, but you hear another boom. The train shudders, and it's starting to like rock from side to side.
Thank you, Ninja Star Rockmon. Is this what you wanted?
He shrugs again, just like,
We know
that's
you
not,
can
That was
talk.
Maddie. That was a Maddie
Astamon
question.
has been
not
like
a Piper.
knocked on its ass, and it's groaning a little, and it's shaking its head like it was stunned by the first force of the explosion. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Astamon. Yeah.
We're all
It's knocked on
thinking
its
it.
Astamon. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, who's going to be doing anything in this situation while there are loud booms, the train is rocking from side to side, Piper and Structuremon have both been, and Astamon have all been hit by fire, and it's just like a nasty situation right now by the feel of it.
Striketramon isn't actually all that badly hurt. It's got more wound boxes than that. So, I mean, I feel like she's going to scramble over to
Well,
Piper.
Structuremon had one left over from before because you hadn't recovered all the way. You're at 4 of 7.
Oh, never mind. All right, so hold on. Do I have 4 marked or 3 marked?
You have 3 marked, 4
Oh,
unmarked.
okay. All right, that's still
Like you've got
not
more
bad.
than half, but just.
Striketramon is going to scramble over to Piper, look at her arms, check them. I mean, obviously they're injured, and she's going to tell Piper to stay here for now, and Piper's just going to be like, okay. And Striketramon is going to probably ask Cutemon to come with it for backup and move ahead.
Looking ahead, you can see that the jet of fire actually burned away all of the tendrils. And it's like, there's no, Hagurumon isn't there. It's an open hole into the back of the engine, and you see fire inside of it.
Oh, okay, so there's nowhere to go. It's just fire.
Yeah.
Did we incinerate that Hagurumon?
Sure seems that way.
Was there supposed to
Oh, no!
Well, we don't know that. We never saw it.
You never saw it, and Astamon never told you there was a Hagurumon up there.
And we never will.
To be fair, Astamon was going to destroy that Hagurumon anyway because it would have cut the train off. But you don't know that
Alright.
either.
Oh, no. Okay.
Listen, that thing ate like 30 people's worth of 30 individual Digimon to Digivolve. It's not like specifically good.
That's
It just
Yeah.
wants out.
So Dustin,
All right.
after just kind of like repeatedly like kind of just like what the fuck to Ninja Star Akmon, Dustin's gonna like turn towards the guys like, should I hit the slow down button now?
I think DJ Cutemon moves up to Astamon, and it's like kind of like tugs at at their waistcoat. It's like, so did we do what you were saying? Did we destroy the worm? That's what this all was
Astamon's
about,
like,
right?
Astamon's like kind of like still stunned a bit. It's like shakes up. It's like it's about cutting off the train. It's another explosion, and Astamon just like stands back up to his feet. It's about getting off the train. It turns around and just points at the carriage behind. Let's cut that carriage. Let's get in that carriage and cut it off from this. That's good. That's good. Let's do that.
Isn't that as they're walking away, DJ Cutemon's like, isn't that red light gonna get us if we do? Oh, okay, you're still going. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all
it
right.
pushes through like back to the previous carriage.
Well,
Are you guys gonna follow after, or what are you gonna do?
Carl's like, hey, my partner is still.
oh shit.
Astamon like
Piper's.
blatantly like ignores you and walks back to like the path between the two. Like the red light still is like not keeping up well. Like you can see
Alright, we sped
eyes in the
up.
distance opening. Like the eyes are opening in the darkness, but they're not like opening around you. They're opening in the distance constantly. Like the train is at its speed is still pulling away from them. And Astamon just gestures to the door. It's like, gonna cut that one free, so we're not on the crashing thing.
Yeah, Piper's gonna sniffle a bit because she's pretty banged up, and she's gonna be like, "Where's Caramon?"
Astamon
Cal
doesn't
kinda-
like
Cal
have an
kinda
answer for that. He
calls
wasn't
out
paying
to-
attention.
Cal kind of calls out to Chrysalimon. Like, he doesn't know if they can hear him, but yeah, he's going to call out the name anyway.
All right,
like,
give me
Chrysalimon!
one more of those minor torment rolls, 3d6.
Oh boy.
Surely you'll achieve this one.
Surely.
We will surely get the Karkin.
There you go. Five,
That
five,
was
six.
okay.
Let's see. How's this gonna go? You hear a voice reply back to you. You don't specifically like see Chrysalon appear. Like it's mostly just a raging fire in front of it. But you hear a voice, and you just get the feeling like it's your Caramon's voice, and it's just telling you to get moving. Like it doesn't like talk to you. Does it talk ever?
They can talk. They just most of the time it's just weird screeching and
Yeah, you can't like call it quite a voice that you hear properly, but you get the feeling that it's okay.
stuff. He's just gonna be like, it's fine. Let's get off this carriage before we all die.
Explaining nothing of how fine it is, the others get the feeling Cal just ditched Caramon.
Well, hold on.
I think Piper's gonna just start crying. Yeah, Piper's crying.
This is a very stressful environment for you all.
She's like, but where's Caramon?
Just trust me, okay? He does admittedly look a little nervous, which is pretty rare for him. He doesn't usually ever really seem nervous about anything. But like you can tell this is kind of starting to get to him a little bit. He kind of like gives a thumbs up. And then he's gonna like whenever they're getting off the carriage, he's just gonna follow right on.
There's another like big explosion, and the entire engine just actually lurches itself. You actually feel like the wheels on one side have left the tracks, and it's kind of like upwards. Like they went up and then hit the tracks again, and just the entire thing shook. And
Okay, Striketermon is grabbing Piper, picking her up, and leaving the car.
Astamon is like standing between the two, just gesturing for you all to follow across into the previous carriage.
All right, well, yeah, Striketermon's not complaining. Striketermon's ready to go.
All right. What about the rest of you? Dustin?
Okay.
Ninja Star Rockwan?
Ninja Star Rockmon, the helper. Okay. Dustin and Ninja Rockmon were like having like a quick conversation, and Dustin starts walking back towards it, but Ninja Star Rockmon's just standing on the wall still. He's gonna be just playing his guitar temporarily, and it looks really cool, and that's all he gives a fuck about.
He just wants to be really cool in the shot of like the exploding train standing there playing music in the flames.
Yep. He's got a plan. It's a stupid plan, but he has a plan, and Dustin couldn't convince him to not do it, so...
Casey and DJ keep on?
Oh, we're already gone.
Yeah, okay, cool. Calvin.
Cal kind of like takes one last look back at the like scorched mess that is this carriage and follows on after everyone else out of the carriage.
I'd like a perception roll from Cal again.
Okay.
So 3d6 plus 8, perception and willpower. Okay, you just like look back through the flames and they're there, and that's it.
Shit.
You gotta stop rolling badly, Tess.
I'm not trying to.
We're getting the Calvin bad end in this scenario.
Okay, as you're going across, so what's going on with Ninja Star Rockmon as the once you're all across, like where's Dustin standing? Because Astamon is insisting you all like cross back into the previous carriage.
Oh, he's like standing on the other side, like so if the thing got broken, it would start going.
Yeah.
And Ninja Star Rockmon's literally going to wait till he like hears them breaking the shit, and then he's gonna just use the fact that he's very fast to just like slam on the brake and see what happens and run off the train. He's got a movement of 17. He can get out.
So Astamon's there, and it's taken a few shots just to soften up the metal a bit, connecting it, and it like pulls up its hand, and the hand like bigs up in size. That's good.
That's good work.
Expands into a claw again, and it just swipes the claw through, and it cuts the metal sheer clean. And now the carriage behind is disconnected from the engine.
I don't know what rolls you want me to do, but he's doing them.
Okay. So you just slammed on the brake, right?
Yeah, he's just gonna like kick the brake and start running towards, because he's standing on the wall, so he can kick forward and still hit the brake into the right position.
So here's the fun thing about momentum.
Oh,
the previous carriage has now been cut free, so it's traveling at its own pace. And so it's disconnected from the engine. And so when Ninja Star Rockmon slams on the brake, and you hear like the scream of the wheels of the engine as it's stopping.
Oh yeah, we're gonna smack into it.
Yeah, that brake isn't connected to the carriage behind. And so immediately the previous train slams into the front of the carriage that you're on. Astamon didn't see that coming. It is thrown backwards from it. You know what? I'm going to do a quick roll for Astamon's agility. 3d6 plus 3.
Dustin thought this was a bad idea. But, you know.
Astamon is thrown off the train by the impact from the train with the carriage. It's like the impact is enough, it sends it flying off. Dustin, I'm also going to have to make you roll because you are also standing between the engine and the carriage.
Okay, what am I rolling?
That is athletics.
I don't remember if that's good at all. Let's see.
Body plus athletics, so that's 6.
Okay. That's right, I took a point of athletics. So 3d6 plus 6?
Yep. It's not good.
It's not great.
I've got one more roll I need to make. 3d6 plus 3 again. Oof. The impact also throws you free, but you're thrown like in the same moment Astamon is, and it grabs you in the air and holds you to it.
Oh, fun.
Because it agreed to help you out. So you two have been thrown off the train. Ninja Star Rockmon is running back. Like Ninja Star Rockmon is probably like being thrown around by the impact because it didn't see it coming.
I mean,
so
he can wall cling. If anyone can move
let's do an agility check anyway. So 3d6 plus your RAM, which is 2.
Oh yeah, he can teleport.
But is he teleporting?
He's probably going to teleport when he gets closer, but he's running towards so he can make it.
Do 3d6 plus 2.
6 plus 2. Yep.
Yeah, okay, so like you're shaken up enough by it that you don't like make it to see there before Dustin and Astamon have been thrown off by the impact.
So he doesn't see it at all.
Yeah.
He just assumes Dustin's already inside or something.
You do not have enough time to make a quick teleport to grab Dustin.
Okay. He does.
So you crossing over into the next carriage?
Yeah, he doesn't know Dustin's not in there.
You probably walk through the door just in time for the others to be staring at you in horror.
Hey, Piper's bawling her eyes out.
What's everyone else doing?
Ninja Star Rockmon.
There's another shake as the previous engine keeps like ramming into the back of the carriage. Like the carriage is losing speed and falling away now, but the engine's like rocking and exploding in front. It is a sight.
Ninja Star Rockmon honestly thought it would flip the train because he doesn't know how trains work. So he's just like comes in and is like shrugging like it didn't work because he missed the rest of that.
Okay, so Dustin and Astamon have fallen off the train. We'll see where they are later. Crystalsmon presently disappeared. We'll see where it is in a bit. Ninja Star Rockmon and the others, so 6 of you, are in the previous carriage. The front of it's kind of beaten, broken up by the impact of the engine, but it's like now losing speed enough that it's falling behind. You're not going to be hit by that engine again. And as you're watching out there, you see the engine go up in a bright explosion, hauling off the rails and just crashes into the desert. And just one more explosion as the carriage is passing by it, and it pushes the carriage enough, the force of the explosion, that the wheels on the right side of the carriage lift off the ground, and it tilts and it tilts and it falls on its side and just grinds along the rail. Everyone's going to make a check to not be hurt by the impact of being thrown around by that.
Okay.
For the humans, that is endurance, so body plus endurance.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, that's not.
This isn't going to be a great roll.
And I assume I don't roll it because I'm fucking in a
No,
ditch somewhere.
we'll deal with you a bit later. Okay, for the humans, that's 1 point of damage each to Casey and Piper, and Calvin manages to get through it.
Somehow the old man manages to get away unscathed.
Sweet tuck and roll.
As for your Digimon, that's going to be a bit check, which is body.
Bit check.
Yeah, so 3d6 plus bit.
Okay.
15 or below, you're gonna 15.
What?
Yeah, okay, so that's
Mr. Rockmon tumbles. He just assumed he could stick to the floor when it tilted, but he couldn't.
okay, so that's 1 damage to DJ Cutemon and Strikemon, and 2 to Ninja Star Rockmon.
Ninja Star Rockmon tried to just ninja stick to the carpet, but the carpet came up with him.
Yeah. Yeah, you got banged around because the carpet's wrapped around you now and you're kind of stuck in it. Okay, so the situation is as stands. The carriage you are on is on its side, having ground to a stop. The engine has exploded and left the tracks and just hit the ground. Dustin and Astamon were flung free of the train. Astamon did manage to grab onto Dustin as he was thrown away because, he did make a promise to help you guys out. And he may be violent and a little rude, but he is loyal to his promises. Crystalsmon has nowhere to be found, and I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to leave off for today.
Oh, wow, that's
Very good.
really good.
Good. Yeah,
A
great
good
stopping
cliffhanger.
point.
Oh, it's all falling apart.
So we lost
Great,
one.
googly boogly, it's all gone to shit.
So we lost a
You really
person.
should. That pulling the brakes was the most wild card thing.
Listen,
Just start Rockmon. Why? Wild card.
rock and roll. He had to turn it up to
dear
11.
me, you guys. All right. Well, I'm just gonna do a
Yes,
save all characters on that. So I've preserved all of the damage you've taken.
And I'm going to stop recording.